I'll be recording. I do any pop up. I know.
Well,
Okay, Erica, lead us off.
Oh, we just started. We're not introducing ourselves.
I mean, we can introduce ourselves for true form of JQ fashion. However, y'all know me. I'm Michelle, the auntie, and these are these people, as he would do.
that's that on that, honey.
Okay,
I'm
so we're
one of
here.
these
Oh,
people.
sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm one of these people.
Mhm.
Same. I guess we just getting straight into it. We are here to talk about Malcolm and Marie. I don't know why I was gonna say Malcolm in the Middle, but
Yes, honey.
Somebody
man,
needs to be in the middle because what we
Can it be me?
witnessed was too
man,
much.
I'd like to start by saying I didn't watch this bullshit,
She was very
it's
adamant on not
and
watching
I'm
it.
not going to. Honey, it triggered me. The thought of it triggered me.
Okay, raise your hand if you were triggered doing this. Okay.
Raise your
I,
hand if
and
you
it's,
I
I was gonna say,
really I really want to be like Erica. Erica has not had any traumatic like relationship
I think that's
experiences. And I really want to start off by saying I wish that was me.
I don't, but I love it for you.
I don't want any of that. I want to be able to be like, I've never been through that.
I think I would be a much less interesting person if I did not have my personal traumas.
I don't want the personal relationship traumas. No. But go ahead, Eric.
I was gonna say no. She basically just called me a basic bitch, but okay.
First of all, I was
I was talking about myself.
I was not saying that. I was just saying I think it's very nice that you don't have like to say the experiences that we did. Well, me. I don't know what that girl I've been through.
This reminded me of my parents.
Oh no, we're not doing that.
This movie reminded me of the relationship and the back and forth with my baby daddy. So
I'm sorry.
triggering.
Okay. So
Somebody
are we
is
doing
texting.
scene by scene or just
I feel
wherever it
like
leads us?
you can just go and talk about it, and then we will
Mhm.
just go with the flow. I don't think you have to go scene by scene. To be honest, it was just one big scene of arguing.
That's true. Okay. Well, let me set the scene. It starts off with them coming home from his movie premiere, and he's tipsy, feeling good, and she's basically like over it. She's making him mac and cheese because that's like his favorite thing, and they're talking about his movie, and he's really just all about himself. Basically, I can tell like right off the bat he's a narcissist. He don't really care about nobody but himself, and
You
then he
you
goes,
got that from that? I'm sorry.
"Mm,
You got
yeah."
that from that scene?
Starting off the way he was talking, it's just like, can we talk about something else besides
See, I took
you?
it a little differently. I
Go
took
ahead.
it as him being hot in that moment. Now what you're saying is that, but I took it as
Mhm,
him being hot in that moment, and she
mhm,
was mad about something. We don't know what happened, but she upset, and
mhm.
he was high, sounding like his daddy.
That, yeah, let's just get that out the way. This whole movie, like I'll be looking down at my phone and I'll have to look back up. I'm like, is it Denzel or his son on the screen? Because
Yes,
he
just
sounds
like his
just like that
daddy.
man. And so
She just gonna look
he's
and smile the whole time.
What I'm
To be
supposed to
honest,
do
you didn't
then?
even have to be present. Now I'm just looking at you, smiling at us.
I'm
well,
sorry.
no, she could put her input in later on. But and then he notices that she's not like interacting with him, I guess like meeting his energy. So he's asking her what's wrong. And like I said in our last video, she tells him, like, let's not have this conversation tonight. It's about you. Enjoy yourself and we can talk about it later. But he just keeps picking. And that's one thing I hate. If I tell you, don't bother me right now, do not continue to pick at me and say, well, what's wrong? What's wrong? I know you mad. What's wrong? It's like, leave me the fuck alone and let me deal with my attitude or whatever, and then I'll come back. because that's really what leads into this whole big argument. He would not leave her alone. It's like she tries to walk away and diffuse, and he just keeps running after her, having to say something.
I feel like I've been on that end where I want to know and I'm picking with you for you to tell me. Then I've been on the other end where it's like, leave me alone. So I get both sides. Neither one of them were right. Neither one of them were wrong. It's just she felt that way in that moment and he felt that way in this moment. And they can't meet at the middle. But she told him, this ain't where you want to go because it's going to mess up the night. And it did. So, oops.
Right.
Well, if
Yeah,
it
he's
was
like,
messed up and she told him, then that's his bad.
that's why I said, like, my opinion, I blame this whole thing. It's Malcolm's fault. I blame it on him. Like, both of them are wrong, but if you had to place blame on somebody, I'm blaming it on him. Because,
I
like
feel
she
like I'm
says,
not placing blame on either. I'm placing blame not solely on one person, on both.
But if she already said don't start with me, and he started with her, that's his fault.
Does that
and
give
that's
you
what
a
I
reason
mean.
to go below the belt?
Now, see, that's where you lost me.
I have done it. I'm saying I have been Marie, where it's like, I'm telling you, it's not going to go right. Leave me alone. You keep pushing me. Okay, boom. I'm about to say something that is going to hurt you to back you up off of me. But what it does is, okay, no, 10 times worse. I'm going to say something back to you. I've been that. That's why I'm saying it doesn't give you that right.
Do you feel like that's what she did?
I feel like she was backing that man up off of her. Like she was telling him, this ain't what you want to talk about. And, she was talking about it. And then he was listening and he started coming at her some more. And eventually sis said, let me back you up off me for a second.
But do you not think that's his fault for being in her face?
I feel like they shouldn't have never had the conversation. I feel like she should have made the macaroni and cheese and went to sleep. And I feel like he should just sulked over there and been happy by himself with that mac and cheese. Because the way he was eating that macaroni and cheese.
Hold on. Well, before we get to the mac and cheese, she tried though. That's my whole thing. It's like she made the mac and cheese and she was about to walk away. But he kept talking. It's like if Malcolm just would have shut the fuck up, everything would have been a-okay, but he don't know how to shut up because she walked away and he's sitting there. Okay, now we can talk about the mac and cheese. And it's not so much the mac and cheese because he asked for that macaroni and cheese. It's how he ate the macaroni and cheese.
He didn't have to eat that like that.
At all. It was just
I'm sure
it was very watery. It wasn't baked. It was not it wasn't as good as he was stabbing it.
That was Marie's white side that made that macaroni.
And I was just confused as to why he was aggressively eating that man. And she was upset with that man because he got seconds.
Because it's like, you're not going to talk. See, because the way he was talking to her while eating, I was on her side. It's like, are you really yelling at me across this house while eating this macaroni and cheese like this?
Yeah, he was coming at her. He was.
See, I would have put macaroni on that man, and then I'd be in jail.
And
he just didn't have to eat it that way.
Right. So, and we skipped over that. The main reason for this argument, well, not the main reason, she expresses that she felt the way about him not thanking her in his speech. And he says, like, I apologized and you said it was all good. And she said, well, I changed my mind. And she has that right. And I feel
he
like
said, I'm glad you brought that up. I am sorry to interrupt you, but he said, you said it was okay. And then she said, I changed my mind. And he was just like, how can you change your mind? People are allowed to change their mind.
Right. And
she probably didn't even process that good. She had to fake it with all of them people. And then when you sit down and think about something, you be like, wait a minute. I am affected.
Right. And I'm not even going honestly, I don't even think she changed her mind. I think she lied to him in that moment. So once again, he can have his moment and it's like, celebrate. But then when we get home, yeah, I'm gonna say something about it. But while we out in public, you know that old saying, like, I'm gonna have your back out in public, but then when we get home is when we can discuss it. So it's like, yeah, no,
Mhm.
I'm good. You didn't apologize. And then that was another thing. She's like, nigga, you thanked 12,000 people tonight, but you couldn't thank me and
Yeah,
your
that
whole
was a little. You forgot her.
Now,
right
was he the writer of the movie, or what was
director. Well,
director?
writer, director,
Did
all
she
that. It
somehow, was she part of the movie in any way?
She
yes.
was the inspiration for the main character, correct?
Yep.
She
Oh,
was the
Even
oh,
inspiration.
even though he tells her that she's not while eating that. I'm still stuck on that macaroni and cheese.
No,
He's
he
like,
didn't tell her not during that time. He told her during the tub scene. That is the
no,
scene that triggered me and had to pause.
yeah, no. But even before that, while he was eating the macaroni and cheese, because she was like, you could have thanked me, especially when it's a movie based on my life. And so as he's stabbing whatever the character's name is, she's not based off you. That's not based
Oh
off you.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like it started right there. And she's like, really? So this 20-year-old addict who basically has all my mannerisms is not based off me. And he tells her no. And once again, they start kissing, and it seems like
now
it's
how
not
we
gonna
get to
blow up.
kissing?
Yeah, what I'm saying, girl, they was so in love.
It was so random. It's
It was
that's
so.
why.
It was very much. It was like looking at a bipolar couple have really
Mhm.
high highs and really low lows and aggressive mediums.
Not aggressive me. As
True.
someone who wants to write movies and television, I cannot stand a random, for no good reason, sex scene or kissing scene, romance scene, or any
Mhm.
scene really that just doesn't, like, what is it here for?
Mhm.
I hate that.
And that was it's like they never fully have sex, but it's like him kissing on her, and it seems like it can go that way, but it stops, and then they start up this conversation slash argument again. Because in the mix of them arguing, it's still about his movie. Like him talking about this, what is it, this white woman that's going to write a review about his movie,
Mm-hmm.
which I feel like they spent too much time on that. And I also want to address all the yelling that Malcolm did. It's like he never had a moment of quiet. And I hate it. It's just like we can argue and have a heated debate, but you're not going to yell at me all night long.
See, I'm triggered. Mm-mm. It's not.
It was a lot. It was. It. I had to break it up into 2 days because I was like, my God,
I'm breaking
Jesus.
it up into forever because it's not for me. My father used to yell at my mother like that, and
Mm, mm.
I won't be doing it.
So what else happened to the? Because Erica is leading us,
Yeah, sorry. I
Nobody
was
told me about the tub scene.
I'm
huh?
getting there. I just want, huh? She said something
What?
about the toilet.
I
Oh,
said, tell
okay.
me about the tub scene, but you
Oh,
said
she
Oh,
you
well,
never
she
said.
got to get there.
right.
Excuse me.
And so once again, talking about her not being thanked, this is something that got on my nerves. He kept playing music to speak for him. And it's like, we grown.
Who
We
do you think he is? Me? Or
I don't
maybe
know who
I'm
he thought
mad
he
late.
was. And so what was the first song he played? I Forgot to Be Your Lover. And it's just like, sir, no,
Yeah,
talk.
I
What
forgot
I
to be a
forgot.
lover or something, and but he didn't like it when she came back at him with that Dionne Warwick song. He was upset.
Which one was it, girl? Walk on by, because that's my jam.
Uh-uh.
What was it?
Leave him. They
Something to
also,
that.
yeah.
Let me look it up on the work computer, honey.
The word computer. Don't get
Okay.
fired now fooling with us.
Because I'm
Huh?
looking at the
I said, don't get fired fooling with us.
Mhm.
Child, I'm gonna get fired because I'm gonna teach them children the ABCs to the beat of my neck and my back.
Yes, honey.
Hey.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I saw that video.
Exactly. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna do this." Let me look it up to what that song was because she was it. Not only did she play it, but she sung it, and he
Right,
was up. He got up and walked away.
right.
Don't be mad.
This movie
Um,
sounds stupid as hell. It sounds dumb
it's
as all get out.
Okay, let me see. Where was it? What was the name of the song?
it could be stupid, but then it's also like
I feel like it would have been a great stage play.
yeah, but it's like people like this. I
Get
guess
rid
that's
of him.
why get
Yeah,
rid of him. Okay, that's what I was like. What is get rid of him?
Red Dion.
No, yes. Um,
Come on, vocals.
no, you already told me I couldn't sing. We not doing.
Oh,
When did I say that? When did I say that?
I can pull it. We not anything. We not here for this. But okay. Also, another one of her gripes is she gave up her career to basically take care of him, be by his side with anything that he needs.
They ain't got no
And
kids.
no, I don't even
And
think they've
she
been
gave up
dating
her
that
career.
long.
okay. So no, there's no kids, but I do think that they've been dating long enough. An addict don't get clean within a few months. Not the way
Thought them
she's
niggas was
Not
clean.
a few
addicted.
months, but it has to be like either a year or 2 years because
Yeah,
we keep jumping to the tub scene. When he was telling her about all the different women, he mentioned the girl he had just had sex with 2 years ago. So they haven't been together like years and years and years.
Or he cheated.
That too.
no,
Well, she
she was the
cheated
one
too.
cheated, honey.
Zendaya loves a crack roll, don't she?
She's played a crack role before.
Have you not
Ain't
seen
that
Euphoria?
Euphoria?
Oh,
But
y'all
this
got
the
the cable.
same
I
thing.
don't have. You have the money. I don't have, sweetie. I don't.
Okay, you have access to my
You
HBO.
got the. I was
I
just
don't.
gonna say you got a
Oh,
whole.
speaking of completely off topic, I do have
Mm.
access to that. I think I need the logins again because I want to watch that Black Panther movie. Do you have that? Is that the app for that?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's on there. I just added that to my list. I gotta watch it too.
Okay, I need you to send me that login. Thank you. Okay, we go back to the topic.
Okay. Where was we at?
Niggas.
I love you.
I love
Um.
you, nigga.
Oh,
So yeah, and so then he mentions to her, he's like, I want you to have a career of your own. I want you to have hobbies of your own. So you can't blame me for you not having anything going for yourself. And this is the first time he brings up the fact that at 20, she was so like drugged out, she could barely form a sentence. And they used to stay together in like a crappy apartment, and she went out and cheated on him, and he still stayed by her side. He went to therapy with her, and when she couldn't have sex for half a year, he was still there. So she needs to quit complaining and basically get to work on having her own career instead of trying to ruin the best night of his life.
that is why I say this isn't a typical a romanticized happy movie. It is a
Mm-hmm.
movie because people really go through relationships like that.
Mm-hmm.
Men, I ain't never been with no woman in no romantic relationship. Men will throw everything up. You told them in a vulnerable place, like, hey, this is what I've been through, back in your face.
I
Like it
don't
ain't
Mm-hmm.
talk to
nothing.
men.
Huh?
I don't say words to men. They don't
You
deserve words.
you is so funny.
I am serious.
Oh, and I also forgot to mention this is also where he throws up in her face the fact that she attempted suicide.
I don't like that.
Yeah, at all. And so it's just like she takes a moment and sits on the bed and basically like regroup. And that's the one thing I didn't like. It's like he got to spit rapidly at her and like tore her down, and she had to regroup and then come and say something. And even though she did get him back, her words were never as strong as his were. And it's like that it's not a good thing because it's not a competition. But it's just like I wish she would have had a little bit more to get that
Why?
nigga up off her.
Why is he eating her up? Because he didn't say thank you.
Okay, so back to what Erica said, where she was like, her words wasn't as strong, and she did have to regroup each time. That
Mhm.
knife scene, she ate him up, and that was
Ooh,
it. She ate
had
him
him
up.
scared. Had him scared.
And it wasn't even the knife that had him
Mhm.
scared. It was her actions, it was her
Mhm.
demeanor. That's what she ate him up. And at the
Mhm.
end, it was very much, oh, okay, since you want to play with me
Right.
and act like it wasn't for me,
Mhm.
that's what did it. Oh, let me put y'all
Right.
on.
So I'm just gonna keep talking.
I still
And
don't know
so,
why he eating her up, but he didn't. He the one didn't say thank you. Like this
because
is
it's just
weird.
like it's a man, or I ain't gonna say just a man, just couples in arguments anyway. They gotta deflect and get it up off them. So it's just like, let's not focus on me not saying thank you. Let's focus on all the shit that's wrong with you and how
Mm-hmm.
I basically saved you from your crack existence.
This
Mm-hmm.
question is so ugly, and that's why I don't talk to men.
Okay. And she also mentions how he's basically playing a role, like putting on the front. It's like, if people were to ask you, where did you get the inspiration for your character? What would you say? You never lived that life. You don't know nothing about that. You come from a two-parent household. You got a therapist for a mother. I forgot what the daddy do,
I
but they
think
got
he
good.
was a professor.
Yeah, so it's just like you got good parents, and your sister got a good job, and you just this director fronting like very new from ATL. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you putting on the front. You bored with your real life, so now you acting like you somebody else.
And that's why I say with that knife scene, she ate him up
Mhm.
because without my actions and without me going through what I'm going through, you don't have
Mhm.
any material. I
Right.
just gave you some new material. That's what I took that as. You're telling me that, oh, you got all of this from these other girls and that character wasn't based off me. Let me show
Mhm.
you how much it was based off me, sweetie.
Right.
Now, go run
Okay.
and tell the other girls that.
Right. Okay. I want to play this little part right here. Ooh, I hope it's not too loud. But because I just like the way she says it. Be a fucking parakeet, goddamn cockatoo, God forbid you are ever alone and have to dream up another original idea. What are you going to write, Malcolm? Yourself. Okay. Could you guys hear that?
Baby, the delivery
Okay.
is giving me raised by a white mama, but I'll allow it.
I don't know, it's just something about the
What are you going to write,
write?
Malcolm?
Yes. I like it. It's just like, yourself. And it's just like, really, like, what material do you have? You don't have anything.
I wish you would have.
I gave you what you needed. Huh?
I said I wish you would have got gutter with it, like
Yeah. That's why I
just
said she
so
don't have
Crack
that.
and Papa, like, ma'am, you supposed to be Miss Crack. Like, give us crack, honey. Don't give us Hollywood.
Right. And then she brings it up, like, and I would never throw up in my partner's face that they attempted suicide. And this is when he tries to back out with I was angry, I didn't mean it. And it's like, sir, don't give me that bullshit, because yes, you did. You've been
Yes, you
waiting to say
did.
that to me. And you
You've
got
been
the chance.
waiting deep
Mhm,
down to use that and throw that up in my face somewhere.
mhm,
Because yes, people do say stuff out of anger, but however, you wanted to say that. You, out of
mhm.
all the things in the world to bring up, you decided to bring that up.
Exactly. Also, it's random, but this is just me. As someone who loves to cuss, I love to cuss. His cussing was not authentic. It was so random and out
Neither
of
one of
place.
them was. It felt a bit
Yeah,
forced. It felt,
yeah,
let's throw these in here just because. Little razzle dazzle.
yeah. Because I'm like, when he just outside, like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And it's just like, do you have Tourette's? Like, what is the problem?
This poetic justice. What is going on?
Sure, poetic mess.
Man, and he just outside punching the air. It's like, okay, we didn't need this right here. Y'all could have cut all this out. And he just still cussing. Okay.
That's funny to me.
So we are now at the tub scene. And
Yes.
let's play it.
Y'all said y'all gonna trigger Kayla today, huh?
Well,
She
we
had
gotta talk about
recordings.
it. I'm like, we gotta talk
I
about it.
just want to know if you actually believe it. Yes. Answer the question. What is the question? Do you not like the movie? I never said.
Hold on. Let me
You
get
should
to
turn it up.
Just think that you see yourself in everything, even in things you had nothing to do with. You notice the way your body walks. You turn to me and you say, I wonder where you got that walk from. And I don't say shit. I actually smile, don't I? Keep that shit light because I don't want to hurt your feelings. But you tally that shit up with me. And while I'm actually doing something, creating something, you're on the sidelines trying to justify your motherfucking existence. I know that line. I said that. I did that. You got that from me. Shit, even feedback from you comes with an IOU. You want to play fucking dirty? Well, let's fucking go.
Before we get started, because I just want to mention this. As soon as he would have said that, I'm like, we don't need to talk no more. Because I know you finna cut to the core, and I don't want to talk to you about this.
Yeah, and I
'Cause you-
feel like that was his moment to say, I'm about, because I think what she said about the movie not being that great, that hurt
Mhm.
him, and that was a sore spot for him. So him being hurt was like, I'm about to hurt you 10 times worse.
Exactly. Okay, here we go.
You want to hurt me, Marie? I promise you, I can hurt you 10 times worse. You're a fucking featherweight. A level 1 boss, I can snap you like a twig. Imani is based on you as much as she is on me. What she says to the nurse, that's what I said to the doctor when my dad was in the ICU. You notice the way Imani walks, didn't you? It's a good walk. That was my ex-girlfriend, Jess. So is the scene on the bicycle in the rain. That wasn't based on the trip you and I took to Barcelona. That's Jess and I on the city bike in Brooklyn. The way she ties her shoes with 2 loops. That was J-Lo. You weren't the first. The joke about how she doesn't give hand jobs. Well, that's an old played out line that every nigga done heard before. The joke she makes about how quickly she orgasms. That was Kiki. Kiki. She's a dancer. I'm gonna call her a dancer. So I met outside of St. Louis on a road trip. I fucked the shit out of her in a penthouse suite of a Marriott. Once on the bed, once in the shower. I think we might fuck in the closet or some shit too. I got a Polaroid of her. Sitting naked in a heart-shaped tub. It's in a photo album at home in our closet.
When I say that knife that she grabbed late, I would have jumped out of that tub and grabbed it right then. Because the fact for you to even tell me all the bullshit that you just said, then to let me know that you done kept a photo of the bullshit that you done did, and it's in our place that we now have dead. You're dead. Like literally dead.
And that's why I said he did all of that. Like he said all of that to try to hurt her. To break.
Yeah.
Not I ain't even gonna say hurt her. He said that to break her. It's a difference between being hurt and broke. He said that to break her.
But he, and I hate, warned her because it's just like I can snap you like a twig. So it's like you're enjoying this. Because even while he's talking, the way he gets that little smile and smirk on his face. And this is why I don't do relationships. Because it's just like the thought of sharing something so personal to me, then for you to throw it back in my face, and then for you to be able to say these words to me, and then later just say, oh, I was upset. I'm in jail for life because don't play with me like that.
Yeah, I thought that tub scene was one of the most rawest, realest emotions that people in our age go through. Even old people, but I know people my age, baby. I be looking at it like, oh, y'all gonna argue like that? You know, that's what happened. Okay. You wanna chime in? You wanna smile or something, team?
I would like to say, if anybody talked to me like that, using ing instead of in, the nigga sounded too tough.
Sorry.
I'm not even mad at what you're saying. I'm mad at how you think you can talk to me in a way. I don't know. Honestly, the girls were just not giving what y'all said it was supposed to have gave, because this nigga tried to throw nigga in the word in the statement, but then he was also giving ings at the end of his words. It's not coming together for me. You're giving me half professor, half street, and it just didn't come together. I didn't like the scene, and I won't be watching that bullshit.
Stage
But
fright.
in context to what y'all was talking about, I guess if somebody said some shit like that to me, I'd be mad, but like I'd be mad anyway. So
Girl, my child is.
is she all right, honey? Was that
Girl,
her
do y'all
fault?
hear her back there coughing?
Honey, who
Hi,
was the
y'all
mother?
keep on talking. I'm gonna have to go be a mama for a second. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's weird to me. The whole context of the conversation being about him not saying thank you, but now here we are, you trying to snap her like a twig. Like it's just
Mhm.
it's odd. I don't want no parts of it. The end.
And then for him, because once again we back to the movie. That's why I said it's like the whole quote unquote argument is really about this movie. And then for him to tell her the only part of the character that was really about her is when old girl basically commits suicide at the end of the film because she didn't know how to love herself, or it was something. Basically, she never got her life together. So that's the only part that's
I think
based off of
that's so
you.
messed up.
Exactly. And then okay.
So
Also,
why is he with her if that's how
that's
he
a question everybody
Okay,
has.
so no. I think it
I think
was a like, I'm not gonna say a God complex, but he had a thing for bro. Like if you listen to the tub scene, he broke the girls down and how they all had this little quirk or how they were broken. He's attracted to broken people.
Mhm.
He's attracted because to him, broken people was a storyline.
Mhm. And that
That's
just
why.
goes back
why I
to
don't
him
know.
being bored with his life. It's like your life is so great. You go find these projects that you feel like you can fix, and then later on use their experiences to write your little bullshit films.
That's why I don't talk to men.
All your ex-boyfriends gonna be like, no, wait a minute.
They look at my stuff all the time and message me like, now wait a minute. And I'd be like,
Well, maybe they wasn't men, they was little boys. So technically,
honestly, not to tell
girl,
people.
what is happening? I'm sorry.
Tell too much of
She
my
all right?
business. Yeah.
Girl, she is all right. One day we gonna have a professional setup, honey, because this is
Let her live, honey. Let her be herself and her coughs.
girl, don't cost it sounded like she was trying to catch her breath. Wait a minute.
Honey, that was me yesterday. I was like, girl, what? Who's coughing? But it was me. I was asleep. Somebody's in here coughing at me. But it was me. But anyway, not to tell too much of my business, but as we know, I am a writer. My father is also a writer. And I feel like he attracts certain people sometimes that have certain issues for material. I don't think he knows he does that, but it's why I said I'm not watching this. Everything y'all said about this movie is something that has triggered me, honey, and I just won't be a part of it.
It has reminded me of, I remember watching that movie, watching the tub scene, that thinking in that moment, dang, she should leave him. And it brought me back to the moment where I knew I should have left somebody and didn't leave and stayed. And then kept all the arguing. Like that movie was like, girl, you really went through this. Oh, terrible. A little bit ghetto, don't you think?
What she should have done is
No,
lifted
Lord.
her legs up out that tub and wrapped them around his face and suffocated him in that water.
Yeah. Did you see how that water got so great looking? I said, did they add milk powder to this?
It's something. I said, I don't know
Because
what's
that
going
water
on.
was clear. She did not put soap in that water. She didn't even soap herself. I said, what did they do? I was so focused on what they did to that tub. Like, what is going
They
on?
didn't want you to see, as my mama would say, her lilies.
Well, we almost saw. We saw her booty. We saw her get her booty ate a little bit. We saw all that. It was
Oh,
very
yeah, right.
aggressive.
Not my niece.
They done made her grow up.
I mean, she got to at some point, but we still ain't seen Raven get her butt ate. Thank God.
Well, we
So-
seen Orlando Bloom say he
It's Orlando Brown, but
oh, whatever. Start with a B, honey. Them drugs had him telling all that business.
that's terrible. The Orlando Brown thing is terrible. It's just terrible to say that's your ex and he out here looking like this. That's
On them drugs. I'm glad Marie got off them drugs.
I was gonna say maybe Orlando Brown is who the character was based on.
Oh,
Maybe he Kiki. Who knows? That's what I'm finna start telling people. Orlando is Kiki.
So moving along into the movie, we get out of the tub scene, and that's when the sis decides to go and play that song by Dion, and she played that, and he got upset. I feel like things had calmed down just a tad, but then the review for the movie came out, and everything picked back up.
Before we get there, going back to not so much, it is a tough thing. In movies, if you cannot get the actor to cry, just cut that part out. Because Malcolm attempting to cry while not really crying and making that ugly face, I could have did without it. I hate when people it do, because you know that little to make it appear like they crying, but it's like you ain't got no tears. You got that fake trembly voice.
Why Zendaya didn't flash him in the face right quick?
Something. You needed something. Because right after he left and she cried, her crying looked weird. I was like, what was this bullshit he was just doing? But
that's what dudes do though. They try to fake cry. They try to fake give you emotion. Like I think that's why they left. I'm saying that's why they left it in there, because guys will fake cry like while they breaking you down, as if you know how your mom, this hurts me more than it hurts you, when it don't hurt them at all. But anyway, anyway, I think that's what that was. Like, that's why I say it was just fake. So where y'all going? Where you going?
Oh, you look at me so late. I will scream this house down. Oh,
the way you just ate up your mama just then.
Anyway, moving along. I done got upset.
Okay. My bad.
Ooh, child.
She is tickled down there.
Oh, I know my face so red. Oh, Jesus. Where was we at?
Lord Jesus.
You said you wanted him to stop fake crying, and Zendaya's fake crying looks real. That was a cry where I've done that cry where you try not to let them break you down, but everything they said to you hurt, and you like, I ain't finna let you have that. I'm finna regroup, and I'm finna come at you with a song. I did my baby daddy like that. He had me broke down, toe up just like that, and I played Fantasia back to back. You don't want me, then don't talk to me. I played it back to back. God played it all for 24 hours. That man put on headphones. I got loud. I start singing. You gonna hear me.
Okay.
Free yourself.
But
and she played Dion, and she got to singing it, and he was sitting there upset, and she was sitting there singing and smirking it, but trying to, what's wrong with you? He got up upset.
Okay, right. So yeah.
You felt that.
Took me back.
Okay, so now the review for his film. He gets a good review and still has a problem with it.
Baby, why is the movie not over?
That's what.
Why is we still here?
Because even after that, once again, they start making out and appear like they're about to have sex. But then because this nigga been drinking all night, he got to go to the bathroom. So that gives her time to regroup and think. And so then she asks him,
Before that,
why?
she asked, a tear came down, and the tear came
Yeah.
down like this a little bit here.
Well, not
Yeah,
well,
that tear,
yeah.
that tear was important. Girl, that tear
Well,
came down.
when I say regroup, I mean she sat there and thought about it like, am I about to fuck this nigga or do I say what I really feel?
You could do both.
Man, not after shit he said.
Well, no, not after what he said while she was in the tub, because he would have been dead. Because I would have wrapped my legs around the back of his neck and suffocated that man in that water.
Right. But then, so yeah, she asked, why didn't you cast me? It's my story. I would have been better than the actress that you had cast for it. And he says, oh, so that's what, again, deflecting, like, oh, that's what this is really about. The fact that you didn't get to be in the movie and you're trying to make it about you when it's really about me. And it's just like, nigga, no,
Jail.
you're not listening.
Jail. Prison.
Yes, jail. All of that.
What did he tell her? You gave up acting.
Mm-hmm. But that
No.
goes back to earlier when he was telling her, what did he say? Pick a room, any room in this house, and get to work and stop
Oh my
depending on
God,
me.
that was very important. I forgot about that. He told her, like, she basically said, I had to stop doing what I was doing to let you do what you was doing. And he was like, well, then you need to get to work. As if, like, it was mean. It was really mean. It was mean.
Right. Because she told him, she's like, I can't get to work because I'm too busy helping you.
I'm too busy making sure you good and you handle this stuff right and your emotions is okay. I got you are the job.
Right, exactly. And that's, what did he call her? An emotional lapdog or something like that. And I'm like, that's another thing. You would have been dead. We wouldn't have made it to the tub scene because I think
Did he call her that,
before.
or did he say, "Oh, excuse me for having to do"? I can't. I remember it, but I couldn't remember if he called her that or if he called himself that, being sarcastic.
No, he called her that because it
That's
was
crazy.
pertaining to her, focusing on him so much. So he's like, so you quit acting to become an emotional lapdog. I believe that was the line.
Or emotional support dog or something. I don't know.
I think,
whatever.
support. Yeah.
It was still mean.
Right. And that's when she told him, she was like, fuck you. I said, see, once again, y'all don't say these words on an everyday basis. So it's not.
They don't. You can tell
and
it was very just forced.
Yeah. And so now she done finally put on the robe, thank God, because her little, I mean, she grown, but I.
What you say,
look at her as a
I said, not thank God.
Because they was just poking. I mean, like little pebbles, and it's just like, I don't go put a robe on. And so anyway, she this when she get the knife and start walking towards him, and he was laying on the floor, so he gets nervous. But she's
this really how it went. Hold on, let me show y'all. He was like this. Marie. Marie. Put the knife.
Yes.
She's sitting there like this.
Child, what is this bullshit? I'm not watching this shit.
We know. We telling you what.
The more y'all tell me, the more I'm like, I am not watching that.
I am just weak.
That's crazy.
That man was laying on the ground.
Like, put the knife down. But she's actually like reciting a scene from the movie. And it's so lifelike. She's like, that's what your film could have been. I could have made it that much more better.
Yeah, she was like, "How's that for your?" What she say? I can't say the word. Authenticity. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Authenticity.
Authenticity.
Yes, honey. You better speak in tongues. You both.
People.
Open up shut.
But then she was
Lord
like,
have mercy.
"How's that for your the word I can't say?" And then she was like, then they went to bed. She brushed her teeth, right? Or
Yeah,
did she go
like,
to bed and then he was like, "Let's get married"? I don't. It was confusing.
No, she was laying in the bed, but no, he
Okay.
gonna tell her as she walks away. He's like, "Well, why you didn't do that in the
Oh,
audition?" I'm like,
why you didn't do
"What?"
that in the audition? You should have did that.
Right. And so she's laying in the bed, and he burst in the room, basically telling her, "You get on my goddamn nerves, but I love you."
Yeah.
And then he
He
start kissing her
started kissing
feet.
on her and was like,
Yeah, feet.
we're gonna go through
Basically
some
rubbing her
things.
feet and kiss.
What did he say?
he
Mm,
We're gonna
walked
get
on his
married.
feet.
Yeah, bare
yeah,
feet.
Damn. I'm
yeah.
not watching this shit.
Bare feet. He was like, "We're gonna get married and divorced a couple times. Might as well start now." She was like, "No,
Yes.
not in the mood." And then they
Right.
went back and forth. It was very long monologues. Like, my God, it should have been a stage play. He gives
Yes.
his, which really wasn't that important. She gives hers, which breaks down as to everything of how she feel, what she wanted, how she feels ungrateful. I mean, how she feels unappreciative, and he's just basically like taking her for granted. And then she was just
Hmm.
like, "All I wanted tonight was a thank you." This
Hmm.
nigga said, "I love you, Marie." So after he said, "I love you, Marie," she goes and brushes her teeth and she's looking at him through the mirror. He looking at her and he turning his, but he take his shirt off. She gets in the bed, he gets in the bed, and then he says, "Thank you."
Bitch, I'll kill all y'all. I will kill everybody today. I will shoot up Malcolm and Marie's home. The
He
hell is
said,
going on?
"Thank you."
No,
And then
I'm
and then
killing
I
everyone.
said, I before we started recording, I said, now both the ending was dumb, but I did
Hmm.
say that in the perfect ending for that movie would have been her telling this man what I wanted and want from you, and him still not being able to say thank, like he just, "Okay, I love you." Him still not being able to say what it is that she's just asking for. She's asking you for this, and you still be like, "Oh, I love you though."
If his bitch
Hmm.
ass could say it, then fuck everybody.
So
Everybody.
they go to sleep, and this is the part y'all called on, and I was like, "What's happening?" For some strange reason, they decided to wake him up with Marie being out of the bed, and then Marie was standing outside, and then he goes to stand outside with her, and the movie is done.
Bitch, why is
My,
we outside?
my
But
ending sounds better. I'm just saying.
it's a callback also to the beginning. Because at some point while he's playing that song, "I Forgot to Be Your Lover," she goes outside to smoke and she continues walking. And that's when she uses the bathroom outside. But he's walking throughout the whole house looking for her, like calling out her
She
name.
don't know the neighbors. She can't knock on the
Girl,
door and
they
say,
must not have no neighbors, because if that was their
That's
neighbor, I'd be, "Look at them. Girl,
but it's
girl,
not
come look
their
at
house.
this."
It's
Yes,
not their
ma'am.
house though. The
Oh yeah, if
production
somebody
team
is
for his
putting them up.
movie,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's like that ain't their neighborhood. Them people don't know them. Even though that one TikTok was funny, but I'm like, that's not really their neighbors. They don't know them at all.
and here they
And
go niggering.
The way I would have
mhm,
been looking
Malcolm.
out my window.
still, right.
Look
I'm
at
like, I
this.
still would have been.
Look at this. I would have been calling y'all. Look at this, y'all.
I'd have been hollering back if I stayed. I'm like, shut up, go to bed.
I didn't
Shut.
understand though why she went to pee outside. In the dark, in the wilderness, behind the tree.
Not in the wilderness.
I didn't understand. I was like, "Girl, you ain't scared of the bugs and stuff."
Maybe
Mm-mm.
she was being that emotional support dog, honey. I don't know.
And she went to go mark her territory on that tree, child.
The
I
devil is
couldn't.
busy. Whoever wrote that movie can go to hell.
The director of Euphoria, I thought.
Hell.
I've never seen
Oh.
Euphoria.
It's cute. It's
She
Zendaya
on crack? You
back
said
in.
she on crack?
She on some stuff, honey. The beginning of the show starts with her getting out of rehab and immediately going to do drugs.
Mm. Wasted no time.
She
You wasted the rehab's time, I see.
she a gay heifer on drugs, honey. That's the whole show.
Yeah, she. Oh, Lord. I know them Christians is talking about that.
The Christians don't know it exists, honey. The Saints don't watch HBO.
The Saints, you know what? Yes, they do. They act like they don't, but they do. The Saints are the most hypocritical people in the world. Yes, they do.
Ooh.
I
Are we
didn't
going
even
there?
do that
Now we can go there
Oh.
next time, not this time.
Okay. I'm like, ooh.
because y'all was ready.
My favorite topic, because they never mind.
I probably have
just
to
wanna
go in the
know,
car
how
for
do
that
y'all-
conversation.
I just got a question. Like, how do you condemn people for being of the world, but then you use that same exact thing in church?
The way I had to eat my mama up last night and explain to her that homosexual.
Yeah, I was on the line praying.
No, honey, we
Oh.
was on the phone.
Oh.
Why do you keep asking?
I had to explain to her that homosexuality was not in the original text of the Bible. She was confused, honey. Confused. I was like, Mama, girl, you know the girls added to the Bible. She was confused.
We said we're not going. But
Malcolm and Marie gave what it gave. It didn't give what y'all said it was supposed to give. I said on Twitter, it gave very much. And another thing, that's what it gave. The whole movie was and another thing vibes. All that man had to do was say thank you or leave it alone until she was able to talk about it at a better time. But other than that, we wouldn't have had a movie. So, thank you
I think
for
that would be the best.
2-hour long movie of black and white of them arguing. It was very creative.
And another thing. Because why the hell is this movie in black and white? It is 2021.
I liked it being in black and white. I did.
I love black and white films.
I like black and white films when that's all we had.
I like that. I like that aspect.
I don't like it because I'd have been.
Well, this is not my house, girl. I done got scared. Thought somebody was standing over. Put me back in my
I
home.
didn't like it because I would have been looking in that tub at that murky water trying to figure out what color that water would be if it was in color.
I think I focused a little bit too much on that. I'm so sorry to the film people. I really need y'all to tell me what y'all
Don't you
did to that
apologize
water.
to them niggas for making that terrible movie?
It was terrible.
Them motherfuckers hollering at each other for no reason, eating macaroni.
Well, Malcolm was doing
outside. Fuck it.
That's the real crime here. That macaroni and cheese. I feel disrespected.
While I'm
feel
here,
disrespected by your macaroni, so let's not even talk about it.
Go ahead and text me the information for the HBO.
That will be the end of this friendship if you do not leave my macaroni and cheese alone.
So you're gonna break up with me over macaroni.
Because
I guess
you don't leave
y'all
me
gonna be
alone.
the new Malcolm and Marie, honey.
No, we're not.
Not Ella.
What is it? HBO Max?
Girl,
yes.
You can give out the information on the line.
I'm not asking her. I told her to text it to me. I'm just gonna get on it on the workbook. Yes, honey, for the sign in. We can discuss this one next if you like.
What one?
The
Black Panther movie.
Judas and the Black Messiah. Why do you keep calling it?
I was gonna say it's just T'Challa and them, but who the hell is it?
No.
Ain't this supposed to be based off the Black Panthers?
It is.
Okay then, the Black Panther movie.
Sure.
Okay. Girl, I thought this was Queen Latifah. Who is this white woman?
Well, do we have any more thoughts on Malcolm and Marie? Are we done?
Ooh.
I've never seen the movie, and
you won't be watching it.
Thank you so much.
And I don't go through these relationship type things, so I have no more to add.
I don't have anything to add. I was triggered. I was untriggered. I saw the moment I should have left. I saw the moment she should have left. But hey, we do dumb things when we think we in love, because that was not love. That was
Well,
confusion.
y'all didn't tell me Daniel Kaluuya is in this movie. Y'all know that's my husband.
I thought you
Am I-
knew about that.
Ain't nobody called me and told me nothing.
And you need to do that. Practice that for when you go to my funeral. I need you to just act a fool.
I won't be there, sis. I'll be dead already.
No, I already said that I was dying first.
That's false, friend. You will not be dying first because I gave you access to my Facebook for after I die. How you gonna get on my Facebook if you dead first?
I'm dying first.
No.
Well, technically, I'm dying second.
Well,
Because somebody already beat us to
that
it.
nigga, fuck him too, with love.
And he wasn't even supposed to die first.
Like the nerve.
I know he mad.
It's disrespectful.
It is.
I'd be mad too if I woke up dead, to be honest.
And then he left us to do this.
Terrible,
This is so sad. We miss him,
truly.
but we are going to beat his dead ass.
Very much so.
Because how dare you?
I gotta send
Anyway.
a picture that just popped up because
Well, let us let Erica go. This is her bedtime. And I appreciate you for leading, and I appreciate you for staying up to 10 your time. This is very much appreciated. I can say thank you.
Hold on, one more thing.
Oh, okay, and another thing.
you saw the
Why
picture
would you send this?
because
I can't even see it because I'm on my phone.
when you see it,
Alright.
you need to be disgusted.
It was literally right in my face. But no, okay. So anybody watching this, if you watched our last episode, I want to clear up a few things.
Okay, clear it up, honey.
Because I have a few people close to me that do watch and give me pointers.
Watch
And
this.
I'll show you.
Oh, and they giving pointers?
Hey, people.
Oh, hey.
Don't do it.
I'm sorry. I don't know how I'm finna, what we finna get.
No, it's nothing. Well, I don't think it's bad. It's well, that episode never came out because I was gonna say I shared a little bit of my story because that was the thing. They said I never share anything,
Baby,
but there's
you
nothing
that
Oh,
to share.
it's in the vault, honey, that episode.
yeah, that
Yeah.
episode is in the vault. So she does share.
Yeah,
Well, we're not gonna say
And-
she was, but she did.
She did.
I do. I
You
text
do.
y'all a whole paragraph. I told you my life story.
I think they probably mean for this.
Well, no, I'm talking to her.
Either
I'm not
way,
talking to
ma'am,
them.
how is your life?
Okay,
different
but go
from that
ahead.
paragraph?
What did they have to say? I'm listening now. I'm
Because
sorry
I
for having
don't
an
go through
attitude.
anything.
It's odd. I
Well, what
believe
are they
boring.
wanting you
I'm
to
basic.
do?
Huh?
What are they
No,
wanting you to share?
Oh, well, yeah, just open up more, but there's
Yeah,
nothing to open up about.
Open the eyes of
To the
my-
people watching, to give her pointers, I think Erica is the quiet one of the group, and me and Kay are the loudmouths of the group, and we just go, yes, we just go
I was gonna
whichever
say,
way.
hush.
Yeah. Put me in my place, daddy.
I
Okay,
told-
ooh.
See.
Yes, we love it.
Okay, Erica, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, because I'm looking at this heifer. Oh,
I'm sorry.
okay.
Stop.
Anyway, that's all I got. I am who I am, and I don't give a fuck. So
I mean, I
Yeah.
think people want you to. I'm not saying you don't match our energy, because you do. If you didn't, I wouldn't have said, "Hey, let's bring Erica." But you're the
Mhm.
quiet one. Everybody has that quiet person out of the group.
And
That's
it's
just
me.
you, huh?
I'm the quiet one.
You were
Michelle,
just
keep talking.
seconds quiet.
I was gonna say, keep
I'm
talking.
probably the loudest one, the loudest vocalist one. JQ was probably the other vocal one, and then
Come on.
y'all are the
Second
quiet
lead.
ones. That's just all it was to it. But you're just very quiet. You chime in and you chime out. I think we know that.
Very much.
And then when we see you being too quiet, we be like, Erica. But I feel like the dynamic of this just kind of works. If it didn't, you wouldn't be here.
Not you're fired.
Because she
Those are
ain't fired.
facts. I love facts.
Yes, honey.
So I get where they probably coming from, but that's just how it
Who
is.
said it, honey? Who said it?
Mm-mm. Not
Do
to
they
that
have
little
any
red
other-
dot. Get off.
Do they have any other pointers? What do they think about us? Do they think we're funny?
Mhm.
JQ's mom
They-
said that I overtalk everybody. I try to work on it, but it just comes out.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I was gonna say, right, that just is what it is. When you got three people trying to talk, not everybody gonna get their point out, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because you really say what we're thinking, you just say it first.
It's my mind, honey. It's a thought that be like, go. And then
Mhm.
that's
Not your thought pewing.
just pew. That happened. I work on it. I've been trying to work on it. I told
Yeah.
JQ I was going to work on it. It's just hard. I
I'm
know he
not-
mad.
Anything. I'm who I am, and that's that.
So, I just wanted to
Period.
address it.
Well, anyway, you are the quiet one. We know that. We should call you Erica the quiet one, the bibliophile.
Now that's too low.
Oh, okay. We can
I'm
call
not-
you EQ the B.
I'm calling you daddy.
All right,
You're
and
not.
on the next episode, we will be discussing. I don't know. We'll be discussing, but we will just be discussing. Okay.
Kayla's inability to follow the rules. That's what we will be discussing.
Oh, that's a
You know
rule.
what?
She's not supposed to do that.
No, I'm
Now,
talking
Oh,
shit.
okay.
Isn't that very dominating to create a rule? Is that not top behavior?
No.
Yes,
Mm-mm.
it is.
No.
I hate
Okay.
to break it to pieces.
Girl, that was today's episode. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We all have our own social medias, but go ahead and follow us at the Collective 3 on Instagram.
Media.
We also have a Twitter as well. All right. Thank you. And that was the Collective 3. Good night.